Belal Muhammad is easily the most disliked fighter in the UFC. But why is that the case? Now, before I get into why everyone dislikes Belal Muhammad, let me just say for all the Belal fans out there, I know there's only 5 of you, but I have got to mention that I do rate Belal Muhammad. I think he's very deserving of a title shot, and I do think he is a good fighter. But other than that, there's not much to him, and I understand why people dislike him. So to begin with, he's simply a boring fighter. Let's just get the obvious out the way. If you watch a Belal Muhammad fight, chances are you've probably almost fell asleep, if I'm being quite honest with you. He's not entertaining to watch. Even when he got that stoppage victory over Sean Brady and is the only person to defeat Sean Brady, he was undefeated at the time, had somewhat of hype. I wouldn't say it was too much hype, but he was an undefeated prospect. He was able to finish Sean Brady, and even that fight was just a bit boring, to be honest with you. Belal Muhammad is immune to entertainment and fun fights. I suppose his Gilbert Burns one was just okay, but even that was still boring. Even that was just mainly standing up as well. He was able to drop Gilbert Burns. I know everyone drops Gilbert Burns, but even that fight was just not very entertaining. But if you want to see the perfect fight of Belal Muhammad being boring, watch his fight against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. That fight is very, very frustrating and very boring. And I'm not even saying it's frustrating because I'm like some Stephen Wonderboy Thompson fan. Not at all. I'm not a big fan of Wonderboy. I don't mind him, but I wouldn't say I'm like a big fan of his or anything like that. And, Belal did what he had to do, and that was just take him down, and he just held him there. He didn't try to land any damage, nothing, no submission attempts. He just laid on him. And it was a very frustrating thing to watch when you're just watching someone lie on someone else. And that's it. And before anyone gets up me thinking, well, it takes skill, I'm very aware of that. But that doesn't mean it's not boring. It's very boring to watch. No one wants to watch that shit. That was a very dreadful, it was dreadful watching that, if I'm being quite honest with you. Belal Muhammad's never been known for, entertaining fights. He'll always be known for being boring as fuck. His nickname's Remember the Name, and he's like, well, how can anyone remember your name when you're boring as fuck, mate? You know what I mean? He's just not fun to watch at all. If someone can point out a fun Belal Muhammad fight, then go ahead. And it can't be when he loses, when he gets stopped by Jeff Neal or Vicente Luque. It can't be one of them fights. That's cheating because those are losses. But regardless, you'll struggle. You will really struggle. And if you manage to find one, well, he's had 21 or over 20 fights, and you manage to find one fun fight, it's a fair play. But mostly people don't like Belal Muhammad because he's simply very boring. Not only is Belal just boring, he's very annoying. If you follow him on Twitter, even if you don't follow him on Twitter, because I certainly don't, and some of his tweets always end up on my timeline. And yeah, they're so annoying. Recently, he put out this massive paragraph saying how a fight would play out between him and Leon. And yeah, he got clowned on for it. He was saying how, you'll beat him in the boxing, beat him when he adding kicks. He could end the fight if he wanted to, but then he wouldn't, just because he wants to keep on beating him up. And then he would win by decision 50-42 or something like that. And then someone ratioed him, got the top commenters like, even when you're daydreaming, you're still winning by decision. And I think even Leon Edwards responded to it with laughing emojis. He just comes across as a clown, really. No one really takes him serious. He puts out tweets what are very just annoying. I'm sorry I can't find many for you. I haven't got a whole catalogue of Belal Muhammad tweets, unfortunately. Even when I did a search up for some, I wasn't able to. But was able to remind myself that he made this stupid statement claiming this.
For the winner of Leon and Colby, who was it you'd rather fight out of the two for the belt?
I'd rather fight Leon because I think that win will mean more to me, right? It'll cement myself as the best welterweight to ever do it. When you look at my resume, it'll be up there with GSP's resume. There'll be nobody else up there with me. I think Kobe, it'll be one that I would want just because I always wanted to slap him in his face, right? I always wanted to punch him. That one would be for just the personal side of it. But I think for career legacy side, it would be Leon.
I'm sorry, but if that doesn't come across as delusional, I don't know what the fuck does. If he was able to get a win over Leon Edwards, he's the greatest welterweight to ever do it. What? It baffles me. You wouldn't be if you had to rank best welterweights, you wouldn't put him above Leon, the guy he apparently beat. Well, if he went on to beat him, sorry. You wouldn't be a bit above Leon. You wouldn't be above Kamaru Usman. And he most certainly wouldn't be above GSP. Like, I don't know what made him think that. I don't know why he thinks, you know, don't get me wrong, I feel like he has a solid resume with the likes of Gilbert Burns, Sean Brady, Wonderboy, Vicente Luque. But I wouldn't say that cements you as the greatest welterweight to ever do it. And if you have Leon, of course. I don't think that would cement you as the greatest welterweight to ever do it. I think that's, don't get me wrong, I think it's a very solid resume, much better than someone like Colby. But fucking hell, like, that's very delusional in my opinion. I don't know why you would think that. You know, yeah, just so annoying. Like, do you get what I mean? So annoying. Like, how could someone think that? I don't really get the mindset of that. But yeah, Belal Muhammad, just very annoying and very boring. But that is why most people dislike Belal Muhammad. If you have enjoyed the video, maybe consider leaving a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing as well, where we talk about more boxing and MMA. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.